I am a graphic designer with 9 studios specializing in YouTube branding, and so today we're going to be reviewing YouTuber's not merch, YouTuber's product. Originally it was going to be A to E tier listing, but I mentioned over on Instagram and everyone's input of YouTuber products were already pretty good, so I could only rank them from maybe A or B, which isn't really interesting. So instead I'm going to be ranking from my favorite to my least favorite. This is going to be based on aesthetic, the brand's mission, purpose, values, whether I think that this particular product suits the YouTuber's brand personality. So this is just my personal opinion. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to have a discussion about anything. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's get into it. So the first one we're reviewing is the 1212 Gateway Skincare by Catherine from the Ace family. I'm not really familiar with the Ace family, although I do know that there's a lot of controversy and drama surrounding these people. We're just going to be focusing mainly on Catherine today and the branding behind 1212 Gateway. So first, I thought that their audience was more catered towards children because I don't know anyone my age that watches them. However, I do know younger children that like to watch their content from the ages of like 8 to maybe 11ish. So because of that, I was kind of surprised that Catherine released a skincare line. I haven't noticed her delving into skincare or anything, so I was pretty surprised because skincare is more catered towards teenagers, young adults, adults, that kind of genre. Not really so much children. Children don't really focus on skincare that much until they hit their teens. Regardless, let's look at the messaging. I'm just going to go onto the website. So they say more than just skincare, and they talk about energy, positive change, vibrating higher. And I noticed recently a lot of big companies are starting to jump onto the self-care trend, using words like vibrating, vibes, high energy, positivity, chakras. Like, I noticed companies are starting to get into that with like the jade rollers, crystals. Now you can buy crystals from places and like crystal rollers. And I don't really know Catherine to have a holistic background, so I was pretty surprised to see that was what the skincare line was based on. As for the mission, it says,
our skincare products are for more than just sitting pretty on your bathroom counter. They are made for physical, mental and spiritual self-care. Each product in their ritual is made to improve the quality of your skincare with premium, cruelty-free formulas made with ethically sourced ingredients.
It's interesting that they use physical, mental and spiritual self-care. Like I mentioned, I don't really see her as like spiritual or like in with that whole holistic thing. So then it goes into like Catherine, how she suffered from skin problems at an early age, fueled her passion for skincare and planted this idea. I don't know. I'm kind of not really buying this. Hey, so I just wanted to explain a little bit more about why I'm not really buying into this messaging. I just wanted to give an example and more clarity. I think it's because I know Catherine for being in the Ace family, which is family-oriented content and showing how rich they are, but mainly the core of it is their family. And so I'm not really buying this messaging because it has nothing to do with what Catherine and her YouTube channel is all about. I can't really resonate with her and the whole chakras, good vibes, self-care messaging that she has. That being said, if I were to see this kind of messaging on a YouTuber who has been self-development even before it was a trend, say like I guess Eileen from Lavender, if she was to create this messaging, I would buy it and I would understand it more because she's been doing this before self-care was a trend. She's been showing you different methods like meditation, different meditation styles, talking about chakras, astrology. It would make sense for a YouTuber like Lavender to have that kind of messaging, but because Catherine's background on YouTube is actually family orientated, I don't resonate with that messaging. Whereas if they were to change it and to say she made the skincare for young busy mums who don't have the time for self-care, I created a skincare line for busy mums like myself. I've been there. trying to take care of yourself while I'm taking care of my 3 children. It's really hard, and so I wanted to create a skincare line dedicated to the busy moms. Like that would really suit the content she creates and makes more sense as a skincare line. That's just the problem I have with the messaging, is that I don't resonate with it because it doesn't link back to her content on YouTube and what she's all about on YouTube. And yeah, so back to the video. There's also a trend as well recently, is that more companies are becoming more cruelty-free, caring about the environment, less harsh ingredients, and so 1212 Gateway is pretty on top of what's currently trending in terms of skincare. In terms of the website, I really like it. I really love the blue purple gradient. I love the sans serif. I love the serif fonts they're using, like minimal, elegant, but still kind of dreamy with the iridescent gradients. And I love how they use the gradients throughout their packaging, their website, their social media. It's all really cohesive, which is really good to see. Yeah, so overall it's a really cohesive branding. In terms of aesthetic, not quite sure about the mission value thing because I've never really seen her as a skincare guru. But aside from that, they did a really good job of selecting the brand mission and values and then aligning that well with the aesthetic and design part of it. I think they did a really good job with this. So next up we have Emma Chamberlain and her Chamberlain Coffee. From what I know, she has a very engaging, outgoing personality that she presents on YouTube, and she makes a lot of like lifestyle genred content, but it's fun and engaging, and I think that's why people really love to watch her content. And so if we look at her coffee, I'm thinking she's really into coffee, and so that's why she made their own coffee line, which makes sense. Could have easily collabed with like, I guess, Starbucks, but she went ahead and made her own coffee line, which I think is really cool. If we go on the website, the illustrations are super cute. The font is retro and fun with the illustrations, the bright colors. This really reflects Emma's personality that she shows on YouTube. And so far, everything kind of just makes sense with this brand. Good vibes and great coffee. It's straight to the point, which I really like. See, even the about is like, hi, I'm Emma. This is my coffee. I really like the way it's just being straight up and honest and just saying, I liked coffee and coffee has helped me throughout the day, and so I want to make my own coffee line, and so here it is. It reflects her YouTube personality really well. Even the photography is really bright. It's quite saturated. So the product photography also reminds me of another brand I saw on YouTube. It's called Piecework Puzzles. If you compare the two product shots, they're pretty similar. I'm not saying like one's copying the other, but I'm just saying the product shots from Emma Chamberlain reminds me of Piecework Puzzles. I really like the style of these product shots, and I think this really is cohesive with Emma and her YouTube personality brand. Yeah, I just really love the illustrations. It's super cute, a little bit of a retro fun element going on, bright colors. I also noticed that they're doing the whole sustainably sourced, sustainably packaged, and that is a big trend now in terms of people holding companies accountable, wanting to make them more sustainable, vegan friendly, and sustainably sourced. And it's good to see that brands are starting to do that now. Overall, they did a really good job with this. The next one is Lavender's Artist of Life Workbook, and this one I'm more familiar with because I actually have the products from last year and this year. So I have last year's workbook and this year's workbook. And Lavender is by Eileen. Her YouTube channel has like a lot of tools or resources to help you create your dream life, and it's from like meditation, journaling, prompt, and a lot of like challenges, having a healthy positive mindset to create your dream life. I think the Artist of Life workbook she released really makes sense. Her mission for Lavender to be a resource of personal growth and lifestyle design. So let's talk about the product. She has like a lot of like daily planners. She just recently released merch as well, but we're gonna focus specifically on the 2021 Artist of Life workbook. So the Artist of Life workbook is tracking your goals, so reflecting reflecting on the past year. Did you achieve your goals? What was good? What didn't work? And how you want to step into 2021. And each month you can check in to see how you're doing, what worked, what didn't work, what habits were you trying to implement, and how did you go with them. You can break them down and take actionable steps. And so branding wise, very clean, minimal, easy to read through and easy to follow along with. It's super useful, super helpful, so very aesthetically pleasing, and it's very cohesive with their overall style. I think this was a really good product to release and is very in line with Lavender and their values, mission, and I really love this product from last year that I ended up getting it this year for my birthday. So next up we have Jackie Aina and Forvr Mood. So Jackie Aina is a beauty YouTuber. She's been around for a while. I've seen her pop up a lot. She's known basically for all things beauty related. So I was surprised personally to find out that she had a candle line. So I wanted to see what it was all about. I went on the website and I really loved the photography for all the ladies that are in it. It looks so crisp and clear. They look stunning. So I wanted to know more about the candle line and why she made it. Let's look at the story.
Strong black woman, that's what they call us, right? But why do I always have to be strong? What if I want to be pampered?
That's really good. Straight away it feels like woman of color or black woman can automatically relate with that and stereotypes they have of them.
As black women, we're used to being called strong. At Forvr Mood, we're changing the narrative. Black women deserve more than perseverance and strength. Black women don't always have to be strong. Black women deserve self-care. We want to give you the products to live this new narrative out loud. We want to bring you self-care. We want to bring you luxury. We want to spoil you. As a brand, we're writing a love letter for black women to black women. We're rewriting our narrative together.
Now I want to buy a candle because I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I love this. This like really pulls my heartstrings. So she's really like niched down on who she wants to help, and it's the woman of color, specifically black women. And so it kind of makes me understand where she was coming from in terms of candles and not doing makeup. And obviously I feel like starting with candles can kind of branch out into more self-care for specifically women of color, black women. And also, as I mentioned, self-care is becoming a real trend, and so this is another example of how self-care is really taken more seriously and becoming more important in everyone's lives. Overall, the website is a pretty standard e-commerce website. It gets the job done. She's got the serif fonts to show like more elegant and luxurious, while also having the mood part and a more handwritten customized font, elegant but still authentic, has still like a personal touch to it. I dive into the actual products. So the first launch I saw was the ones with the Marvel labeling on them. I'll be honest, the Marvel layering makes it really hard to read the text. They selected like pastel colors, which is pretty interesting because like the rest of the website I don't get like pastel vibes. So I would say for the first launch I'm not really a fan of the design of it. However, I did see that she launched a new batch of them and it's called like Send Moods. I really love the packaging for this one. It comes off as really luxurious, but there's something like sweet about it too. I really love this color palette, and I don't really see a lot of like candle brands going for this more warm toned brown. And then I also just noticed now while I was looking through is that she's also released a new set, and it's the more pink and purple. I think this is a lot better than the first launch. It got rid of the Marvel labeling. I do like this one more than the first one. So I think what's really good is that from the first launch they realized what was working and what wasn't, and so they were able to make those changes and to come out with the even better packaging. The last part is to rank them, and it's already really hard to think of a favorite because I like them all. There may just be like one thing that stops me from it being my favorite. I'm gonna think in terms of the mission branding, aligning well with the aesthetic as well as their own YouTube personality. The first two I feel like did a really good job of aligning well with their YouTube branding personality. It's probably Chamberlain, I'm gonna say that wrong, Chamberlain Coffee and Lavender. That puts them at the top two. This is so hard. I do like 1212 Gateway's aesthetic, but in terms of Catherine and her YouTube personality, skincare is a big surprise, so that's probably why she won't be like ranked higher. I love Jackie Aina's message, so I do appreciate that they are taking the time to really take a step back and see what's working and what's not and making those changes, which I really like. I do want Jackie Aina's one to be higher. It's just that first launch, the labeling kind of clashed. I think I'm going to have to put Chamberlain Coffee first because I really love the messaging behind it, because it's really carefree. Emma portrays herself online as very carefree, fun, outgoing. Chamberlain Coffee really reflects that. I love the illustrations, I love the design. That one's going to be first. Second is Lavender. Again, it aligns well with what Lavender is all about. It's very true to their aesthetic. Everything's clean, minimal, airy in a nice way. And so this product really makes sense as well to have put Lavender second. And this is where it gets a bit I'm not sure. I really love Jackie Aina's second and third launch, and I really love the messaging. First one was not it. 1212 Gateway, I love the branding, but it doesn't really align well with the YouTuber that's doing it. I'm gonna put Jackie Aina above 1212 Gateway. I really like that. It's so cute. Purely because I like that they were able to make changes as each product launched, and the messaging as well. So I think that leaves me with Chamberlain Coffee first, Lavender second, Forvr Mood third, 1212 Gateway fourth. So that is all the products that I am reviewing today. Let me know which one was your favorite and how would you rank them. Do you agree with my ranking system, or would you have chosen a different one? Let me know in the comments. As you all know, you can find me on Naya Studio Instagram, Naya Studio TikTok, and Naya Studio the website. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.